Welcome to our second to last true update of Let's Horribly Break Pokemon Blue. We're done time traveling, thank God, and with all 8 badges we can finally make our way to the Elite Four. Now, as you may know, the Elite Four are elite, so despite having level 100 killing machines, it's only natural to go get some basic healing items in case something goes wrong. Let me just check to see what we got in our bag. Hey, this item is new. This is perhaps one of the last glitch items I haven't shown off that don't crash or freeze the game upon use. Rivals. Bear in mind, it has no relation to Blue/Gary/Derpity, it's just named Rivals. Rivals is a move. It is apparently an HM. An HM move that no Pokemon in the game can learn. Glitch Pokemon, regular Pokemon, trainer Pokemon, none. It is dubbed by some as the mysterious HM06. I don't think anyone really knows what move it was supposed to be, but we can theorize on one thing from this item, that being your rival, whatever you named him, was supposed to give you an HM after a certain point in the game. An idea that never came to fruition, of course, with another overworld obstacle that never came to be. Could have been whirlpools, could have been waterfalls, I guess we'll never know. Once you accept the disappointment in learning that you'll never find out what HM06 is, exiting the Pokemon menu brings out this familiar sight. Something we saw in the very first part, except it won't horribly destroy the game this time. When your Pokemon are integrated into the overworld like this, you can walk in a sort of walk through walls fashion, in that some barriers won't be tangible anymore and you can go through them. However, at the same time, areas where there was once empty space will sometimes have barriers on top of them. It is possible to get stuck while walking around in this fashion, like I did. Luckily, fixing it is easy. Just press start. Pokemon will be gone, and your sprite and NPCs will return to normal. Be careful not to do this when standing on a house or something though, you might have some trouble getting out of there then. In that case, just use Fly or Teleport. Anyway, after getting our required healing items, I proceed to fiddle around with the party. Our lower level A is gonna have to go to the box. As much as I would like to use glitches during the Elite Four, a low level one won't do us much good. Likewise, Kadabra, who has ended up being a big help in getting some glitches to pop up, will accompany us. It's probably common knowledge by now, but Psychic types are pretty much well known for fucking everything up in Gen 1, so he'll be handy. Also, out of morbid curiosity, I decided to take a look at Blocky's stats, see if he, fixed himself? I think this video evidence speaks for itself. At least I saved before trying it. I didn't. With all that settled, on the way to Victory Road. Usually when you take the normal route to the large Victory Road building, Gary stops you for a quick battle. However, if you decide to dick around with the game and walk around the point where the battle activates, you can actually see his sprite lazing about. If you talk to him without walking on the activation point, he'll give you the whole talk about going to the Pokemon League and kicking your ass without actually battling you. Another thing to note is that his theme doesn't play if you talk to him like this. Now, there are 2 ways to get to the Indigo Plateau, the normal way or the fun way. Pop quiz, which way are we going to take? Well hey, look at that. There's a whole mess of sprites behind the roof, just out of view normally. Go north far enough, and you can begin to identify what is essentially the pathway to Victory Road. If you watched any sort of crazy glitched up task run of a Gen 1 Pokemon game, you probably saw the player take advantage of this place. You can get here doing some crazy shit with the bike and select items, and then hop around through the roof and into the Pokemon League while skipping the badge checkers. I don't know how to do that though. I just like walking through places I shouldn't be going through. As you can see, even if you're able to get them off screen, the badge checkers will still grab a hold of you. Trust me, if I was somehow able to reliably skip them, this LP would have been finished long ago. Here's some more footage showing off how the sprites were replaced with a bunch of jargon. The grass, for example, is now a bunch of RTs from the Pokemart sign. I should also mention, by the way, that in the Glitch City update, the M sprite I pointed out was the M in Gym, and I knew that I was just jokingly making a connection. Victory Road itself has gotten properly fucked up. It's not even a cave anymore. Luckily, the Victory Road is easy to skip as well, since it's apparently loosely connected to the map that has the Indigo Plateau building. It's surprisingly simple to make out where you can and can't go if you have a photo memory of what the original map looks like. Additionally, there is walking north of the actual Pokemon League building, just blank space that predictably crashes the game when you walk into it. Regardless, I still felt like I was walking on eggshells when going through this part. You don't know how many times I've been recording this LP and the game's fucking crashed when I walk into a place I'm not supposed to.
Personally, I find that the destination to the end of the journey is very glitched, is quite symbolic in how bad Metroixer server has screwed the Pokeworld.
Big place, I guess. Time to heal my Pokemon in an awkward way for one last time. It's making me a bit teary. Wait a minute, this droid doesn't have a back spray. Opponent 1, Lorelei. For some reason, she always gave me trouble. Probably because I never really used Psychic or Fire types in the Gen 1 games. Whatever, I have Kadabra now, so at least I can... This never stops being funny to me. You can also fish in the statue, but I don't think anything can be caught. Not really sure why you can do this, as the top half of the sprite is very much a boundary. Probably a silly overlook made by the coders. Or maybe they intentionally left it in there because it's funny, I don't know. Alright, enough fucking around. We're almost done with this and I can see my name on that plaque already. It's not like this will be difficult anyway. Her strongest Pokemon is at what, the high 50s? Even Missino could take that one. Wait. Huh? What? What the fuck? I didn't... What? What? So level 200 Pokemon. Level 200 Glitch Pokemon. Level 200 Glitch Pokemon that take me back all the way to Viridian, even though I healed myself up at the Pokemon League. Alright, Lorelei, you wanna play this game? I'll play this game. Ah, yes. It so happens that I have a Haunter and a Charizard in stock that I grabbed out of the Missing No Glitch. I knew they'd be useful someday. I'll be Lorelei at this, even if it means killing the world with Blocky as my last resort. So this, thing is what I like to call Lorelei's own personal glitch Pokemon. You fight 6 of these things, and they are very tough considering the levels. I'll explain how to encounter them later, but all you need to know now is that they're annoying as fuck. These guys in particular like using a move called TM05. Now, astute viewers are probably aware of this move. Point 4 actually has this move. It's a status effect move, and it is by far the worst status effect move. For me, right now. In short, it sharply raises the user's evasion. What's worse about it is that the AI loves to use this move. Then again, that's not too surprising, since the only move most of these guys seems to know besides TM05 is Tackle. And with Haunter being a ghost, I guess they don't really have much of a choice. With a base 106 special stat, these dudes are bona fide tanks at level 215. I admit I wasn't being too smart in fighting them, as I just kinda pummeled them along with offensive attacks, no stats effects or anything. Eventually you'll run out of PP, or your Pokemon will start dying. This really is a war of attrition. Thankfully it didn't go far enough for me to have to rely on Struggle, which would have emphasized the whole last resort thing. On an unfair note, in Gen 1, your opponent's Pokemon didn't have to worry about PP, as they had Infinite. That's right, those waiting out tricks that work in all the newer games don't work in here. It's one of the reasons why crazy shit like Weedle only runs are that much harder. That was an unexpected roadblock, of course. Everything should be fine though. I mean, why would the whole Elite Four use glitch Pokemon? That would be just silly. Hey Bruno, glad to see you. You should do something about Lorelei back there. She's not using Pokemon that are registered by the League. I mean, I'm not either, but I could just kill everything with a switch on a Game Boy, so I think that's excusable. Alright, let's have a good clean battle then. No breaking windows or anything. Just gonna have Mew use Fly on all of your fighters and I'll be on my way. Wait, don't you only have 5 Pokemon? Oh, I get it. So not only are you using glitches, you're using a glitch with a ridiculously long name that requires me to mash the A button for a minute every time it's mentioned. But you're also using 2 separate glitches at once? I can dig it. Dear readers, I would like to introduce to you what may be the most annoying glitch Pokemon in the game. Just like Lorelei's creature, this thing likes to raise its evade all the way up as a top priority. If that wasn't enough, I still have to keep mashing my keyboard because the text boxes take like 15 seconds to cram its whole name in every single time. Ugh, come on. Good riddance. Hopefully this will be different, where he won't have all 5 of the same Pokemon like Lorelei. It's like the obligatory 6 Magikarp Fisherman Trainer, except 10 times worse. Oh great. It's the demon offspring of the pair I just beat earlier. Fuck this. In case you don't know, successfully catching a trainer's Pokemon causes the match to automatically end. The game switches around on its thinking and believes that you just caught a wild Pokemon, which under regular circumstances takes you out of the battle screen. Quite handy when you're stuck in a predicament like this. For some reason the Pokedex entry didn't show up, just asked me for a nickname. Let's take a quick look at its stats. Well, here's your Mewtwo killer, folks. A bug Pokemon with a special stat of 999. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the highest you can get without breaking the stat tables. Also, fuck, the health bar is so long it invades the moves screen. Note the random misplaced P from PP in the moves. Blocky has this too, but for some reason Demon Bug here didn't break my game when looking at it. Alright, back to our regularly scheduled program. Bruno isn't too worried about the fact that I just blatantly stole what could be one of the strongest Pokemon on the planet. Whatever, I already feel like I know what's gonna happen next. Old ladies don't cheat, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. GMP is kind of interesting. They all have different cries that can range from a little bloop to a minute-long monstrosity, and the sprite just kinda unnerves me. Strangely fitting how the Ghost Trainer of the Elite Four has the most disturbing personal glitch out of all of them. Besides that though, I have to be honest, at this point the glitches seem to have all become the same. They're all using the same evade move and all have ridiculously high level, which makes them tough to kill. I will say, it's at this point I realize that glitch trainers have much smarter AI than the regular ones. The ones I'm fighting use status moves and cause effects like sleep and poison. GMP in particular enjoys putting my dudes to sleep while charging up for a solar beam or raising the evade a bit more. Maybe I'm underestimating the normal AI in these games, but damn if that didn't throw me off guard. Eventually, it came down to this. Told you Agatha has the toughest glitches yet. I never thought I would actually end up using Blocky, but it's down to the last resort option, I guess. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, guys. This is gonna end badly. As expected, Blocky's super glitch kinda destroyed everything. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised at this point. Kinda got to a point where I was worried that the game was going to just horribly crash, so I decided to put the kibosh on this whole thing. After all, I am more clever than the game is. Just like with Bruno, a successful Pokeball surely has to end the battle for us. Then the Pokedex screen came in, and I thought it screwed everything up, but I just had to wait a while and I could move on. I would give you guys a more in-depth look at GMP, but it's for all intents and purposes just a Wigglytuff, so let's just move on.
Blah blah blah, dragons rule, blah blah blah, it's like my rapper dad, blah blah, prepare to be beaten.
So not only does Lance have the same glitch Pokemon as Agatha, it's also less interesting in that they just kept using Evade and didn't have any good cries or anything. Lance is somehow the most boring out of the Elite Four. That sure is nice. There's nothing more I can say about it, really. Yep, that sure was an exciting battle, let me tell you. I loved beating up a bunch of your boring glitches. Let me tell you, Lance, you have succeeded in having the dullest glitches out of everyone in your little clique. No amount of ominous or heroic fighting music will save you from that fact. And I think you should be disappointed in yourself. Also, you were a big fucking cheater in Heart Gold. Now get out of my way so I can deal with Derpity. I know he's behind you. Hey, Derpity, I want you to meet a Pokemon of mine. His name is Blocky, and I'm sure he'll like you. Huh? Didn't even get to send him out. God, you're lame. Well, it's probably for the best. I don't know what Blocky's going to do half the time. Then Oak goes on a speech about growing up and whatnot. My favorite part about it, though, is that he mentions the Squirtle that I think I boxed in, part 6 or something? After Oak gives the monologue on why you beat your rival, you're taken to this room to be admitted into the Hall of Fame. This room is interesting in that it has defined borders that the player never really gets to see. How big this room is actually a mystery, although I'm pretty sure it's not that big. Due to this, the imaginations of many ran wild on what would be in this room that you never get to walk around in. Of course, the rumors have required a hyperbole of requirements, like beating the Elite Four 100 times until Oak goes, "I'm sick of this," and leaving you to wander around this room, where you'll find another door and go into Pokegod Land and catch Pokegods like Doomsday, and are you really buying this shit? Point 4, why did you steal the Muse Sprite? No, bad point 4. I was really worried Blocky was going to freeze the game here. Thankfully, he was benevolent. Thank you, Blocky. Not bad for someone who abused the turbo speed button for all holy hell. Oak suggests me to get the flash from his aid. Jesus Christ. Credits. The perfect opportunity to explain what happened this update. So the initial plan was to have a whole Victory Road update, showing off the Pokemon you could get by trading. That didn't work because for some reason the emulators refused to cooperate with me. I looked up like 20 different help sites and tutorials, I swear. Then I decided to show off another aspect of the Missing No glitch in where you encounter trainers by doing the glitch, if you have symbols in your name. This happens because the trainers share the same hex slot as the symbols used in text, kind of like how the Celebi glitch works with Beat Up. Unfortunately, I kept getting a beauty with a bunch of overpowered Magnemites no matter how many times I switched my name around. You guys already saw a trainer with a bunch of Magnemites in an earlier update, so I decided it wasn't really interesting or worth showing. Therefore, I decided to continue my initial plan of showing off a glitched Elite Four, simply in a different method. Recall the Misty battle where we fought Blocky. We encountered her in the grass and beat her up, but we didn't get any victory text or badge to show it off. I simply manipulated the video to make it look like the glitched Misty I fought was the same Misty in the gym. This is pretty much what I did here, except on a larger scale. Go in grass, activate code to make specific glitch trainer appear, and fight their personal glitches. Also, instead of Pokemon being in their regular levels, these dudes went all the way up to 215. This was constant, no matter where I fought them. Of course, this only worked to my favor as I had to improvise and be creative with how to bypass these terrible creatures. Think of it as a test to utilize everything we learned up to this point about glitches. You may also note that when I beat up Gary, his defeat message was vastly different from normal. Usually, instead of going all, "I give up," Gary just whines about how he lost so quickly, like so. The answer to this is very simple. When you have a specific trainer code on with the Game Shark, anything you face will become that trainer. even other trainers. In my case, I used this guy. To be honest, the idea was on the spot, and I found it to be pretty funny. And I think it ended our Elite Four update on a humorous note. What was even funnier to me was that after beating this guy, the music playing was the champion victory music, because the game thought I just beat the champion. It all felt so out of place. This guy rules. Now what? Next time, the final update.